Open House Thursday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Hello, Mariam Lunge.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Published author. How is our book doing?
Our book is doing okay.
It's been a while I asked about it.
Yes, we're now in Spine and Labor Bookshop in Abuja. So for those in Abuja, you can get it there and Roving Heights as well. Yeah. We had a fantastic pre-show musical
taking you back.
Yes. Yeah, just so happy, you know, it's Thursday, the weekend is approaching. Just looking forward to the weekend.
You look very nice on TV, you know.
Oh, yes, I want to talk about my goth look.
Yeah, you
my
really have
dark
that
lips.
goth, yeah, I thought so. That gothic look, I thought so too.
Just try it.
How you doing, Singaporean?
She's back.
Yeah.
I'm doing amazing.
Nothing Singaporean, you just brought chocolate. What else is from
Did you
Singapore?
greet us in
you have civil.
your language?
No, it's Chinese now. They speak Mandarin.
Did you
Ni
greet
hao
us?
ma, ni hao ma.
Yes.
Did you bring like souvenirs, something like the shows that you went to Singapore?
Yeah,
your
the
house?
crosses.
No,
Okay,
not
yes,
for us.
I
Just
got
saying
those
like
things
decorative.
on the fridge.
Yeah.
What's it called?
So with this the magnets now.
The magnets.
Yes,
Yeah.
the clip then, the
Yeah.
key holders.
Yeah.
I got
So anyway,
some
you go to any
nice
country, you
glasses.
just get something.
No, so I keep the notes. Any country I go to, I make sure I have their notes,
Currency.
their currency. Either the coins or the note, just to, I'm going to do a collage
Frame it,
later,
yeah,
frame
yeah.
it, so you know. I want to tell the world.
I have an aunt that when I was our house that I stayed in the UK. A fridge, oh my God, like every country in the world.
Yeah.
Every country, every community she enters, she gets something to stick on the fridge.
Yeah.
You think, there is anywhere in this world you've not
been.
So it's really interesting.
Yeah,
it's really
it
nice
is.
to keep
So
a record
I'm
of all the
doing that,
countries.
yeah. But also, the care mentorship program will be starting this Saturday. Cohort 2.
So many things happening
We
on
are
Saturday.
ready. Yes, we're ready.
Congratulations.
It's usually 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday.
online.
And yes, and so some people were asking that they didn't get enough time to pay for the event, and I'm saying you can start registration has started for the one in January, so I do it twice a year. If you miss the one in September, you can also register for the one in January. Just, you know, keep yourself ready for the coming year. But I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm grateful for the opportunity and the platform to be able to give the little that I have and help other people grow in their career.
Oh, fantastic.
Hi,
so I'm doing well. Saturday is going to be so busy. It's crazy. First in the morning, I'm going to be at a church. I'm going to be hosting a church in Bagada, an event they're having, really interesting. I'm excited to be there. And then I'm going to also be hosting after that. I'm going to be moderating, supporting to moderate the Teens Church. I'm part of this RCCG committee on Teens Church. We have this monthly activity we do. I'm going to be supporting the moderators there, and then I have a wedding, and then I have
Only you.
one day. After the wedding, I'm still have to stop by at an awards place that we're picking up on. So I have like 4 major events on Saturday. I'm just prepping my head. How am I going to get through 4 events on Saturday? But it's all good. It's part of the work we do.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty excited. It's Thursday. Nkechi Blessing is in the building. We're
Yes,
excited to
so
have her. So
the
many
gist
gisting. But first, let's look at the pages of the papers. Stay with us.
Let's pretend.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us, starting with The Nation. Makinde leads Southwest PDP on IU must go call. Bank stop PTA, BTA payment in cash as scarcity persists. Police kill 5 kidnapped suspects. Police Commissioner Chair Smith resigns. Buyers of seized Lagos properties to pay 2001 price actually. Akeredolu Adebayo head teams for Tinubu, and Buhari to present budget to National Assembly next month. Okay, which story are we starting with, the nation? Yeah,
the federal government has ordered the buyers of 2 underpriced public properties in Lagos to pay the differentials of their real values as at 2001. So according to the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, in a memorandum to the Federal Executive Council, he stated that the government was short-paid in that transaction on the properties seized by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the NDLEA. And he had to brief reporters after the FEC meeting in Abuja, saying that the properties, which was a 4-bedroom bungalow on Adeniyi Jones, Lagos, and a 5-bedroom duplex on Amada Sun Streets in GRA, Koyi, Lagos, were sold for 2 million and 5 million each. And the government is now asking the buyers to pay 18 million and 20 million for the properties, being the cost that they were valued at in 2001, and said though the proceeds of the drug crime was as a result of the proceeds were as a result of the drug crime, however, the process did not follow. The process followed the NDLEA Act instead of the Financial Regulations Act, and that's why they paid that little amount of money. Now, going forward, it must follow the Financial Regulations Act so that you buy the property valued at the current price, and that's what they're going to be enforcing.
Okay.
I've got commercial banks have mandated that travelers in need of dollars for PTA and BTA, that's the personal travel allowance and business travel allowance, would have to get travel debit cards going forward. There's a shift in policy where that's been announced by many banks, First Bank and Access Bank included, and this is to commence card-based dollar disbursement going forward. This came as a result of what they have termed, the banks have termed abuses by customers and clients, where you would get forex and then do not use it for the purpose for which you have collected it, or turn around and trade the funds at the black market. And also using the card, the travel debit cards will help the banks to track forex transactions, stop fraudsters from abusing the system, and save scarce forex for the economy. There was a meeting that they had, all bankers, and they just explained the different ways that Nigerians, have been involved in fraudulent transactions concerning PTA and BTA.
And I guess it's
I have 2 stories there. So Governor Makinde has joined Governor Wike in insisting that Senator Dr. Iyorchia Ayu must resign. According to Governor Makinde of Oyo State, he was saying that their presidential candidate from PDP is from the Northeast, the national chairman is from the North Central, and the Director General of the Atiku campaign organization is also from the Northwest. So that PDP must unite internally first before they think of uniting Nigeria. That if 2 brothers enter a room and are not telling each other, they'll come out laughing. That they must, within the party, unite and ensure that all the various regions are well represented. So it's also adding to Governor Wike's call for Dr. Ayu, to Senator Ayu, to step down and resign. Atiku has responded, said that the only way Ayu can respond if it is done democratically. So you can't just say step down. There has to be an internal process of stepping him down. The other story I had is Governor Akeredolu and others have come together to have a reconciliation committee, and they're insisting that what happened to Chief MK Abiola and Chief Awolowo must not happen in the time of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. That now that the Southwest has an opportunity to have the presidency, that the all must come together to support his candidacy. That we must not allow what happened to these other gentlemen in the past should happen. We must not lose this opportunity again. Now that the power is coming Southwest, not just because it's the Southwest, but because they're competent and he knows and he has capacity to do the job. Moving on quickly now to the Punch. PDP crisis, Atiku Wabara meet aggrieved governors. Makinde demands Ayu's exit. Picture here, Ekiti Road collapse. Motorists groan seek government intervention. Customs intercept 80,000-litre tankers carrying dirty diesel. Hashtag NSAS panel awards 289 million naira compensation to 74 victims. Tackle insecurity, can Anglican primate tell federal government? Senate to scrap over 400 MDAs in 2023. Bank deposits rise by 24% to 42 trillion naira. PSC chairman Smith resigns amidst police recruitment crisis. And pro-chancellors, VCs intervene as ASU 7-month strike continues.
Yes.
Okay.
So in Abuja, the NSAS panel that was set up to probe the allegations of human rights violations by the defunct SARS and other units of the police, Nigerian police, have finally awarded 74 victims 298 million naira. There was a ceremony where families of the victims were there and they were handed a dummy check for that. The compensation in the judgments, according to the commission, were awarded in cases bordering on extrajudicial killing, unlawful arrest and detention, cruel, inhuman and degrading treatment and torture, alleged enforced disappearance and confiscation of property, amongst others. I like this. The commission's executive secretary said that by this, government is acknowledging its mistake and is ready to assuage the victims' families. He said the ceremony is to tell you we have acknowledged the violation of your rights and we're putting this forward in good faith to say we are sorry. The amount paid today will not solve all the problems, but to ensure that where there is violation of rights, there must be a remedy. And that's the Executive Secretary, Anthony Ojukwu, that's the Executive Secretary of the Commission. And I love that. And then one of the families represented too was asked, and he says this money does not in any way directly compensate for the lost soul, but at least it gives the family some sort of closure.
That reminds me of the video you sent, because it's not so much about the money, it's the fact that the intention, that should have made front page.
Acknowledge.
I wish somebody made that front page, because that is exactly the succor people need, not so much your money, but the fact that you say, I am sorry. That should have made front page.
Yeah. True.
Go ahead, let's take another
So
story.
a portion of the Ado-Ilawe Road serves as the alternative route from Ado-Ekiti State to Akure, Ondo State, collapsed yesterday, and motorists were just trying to find their way around. They said the road caved in. The motorists had to start looking for alternatives to go to their various destinations, and so one of the reasons the road caved in was because water from the nearby rocks penetrated beneath the road, and the picture story there was very deplorable. So the citizens of that area are calling out to the federal government and calling the state government to do something about this road, because they are going to be in serious hardship looking for alternative routes, and those alternative routes are not even good enough for motors to ply on. However, the Alawe of Ilawe Ekiti, Oba Adebanji Alabi, visited the scene, sympathized with the road users, and saying that he will add his voice to get the state government to do something about.
Oh, your Yoruba has improved.
My mom is Ekiti. I am Olabisi.
Okay, so we the people have started again. Oh, we the people. The Nigerian Customs Service intercepted 2 tankers laden with poor diesel. They said that the acting customs area controller in charge of that area, Hussein Ajibunu, disclosed this while handing over the products to officials of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Agency. These 2 trucks had poor diesel, and the documents supporting that diesel was fake.
Wow.
They couldn't trace it at all in the system, and it was such poor diesel that it was about to be taken for distribution with the people. Later they say it's government that did it. How are you able to sell with fake documentation to cargo fake poor diesel? Then you go and sell that to some people, and then what happens? Moving on to Daily Sun. Makinde Southwest PDP give Atiku conditions. 2023 elections, Buhari counts on God's will. Ex-IGP Musiliu Smith resigns as PSC chairman. I don't understand how Musiliu and Smith come together in one name. It's okay. Supreme
English
Court declares
Lagos state names now.
Musiliu Smith.
People have this kind of
English and local.
It doesn't because he didn't gel, but it's okay. Supreme Court declares Odi Ifeanyi PDP Guba candidate for Ebonyi. ASU strike, NANS threatened to shut down. Nigeria takes protest to Ibadan. President to present the 19.76 trillion naira budget in October, says Gbajabiamila. And INEC under pressure confesses Yakubu. Okay, which story are we starting with?
INEC?
Yeah.
So Mahmood Yakub, that's the chairman of the commission, INEC, is saying that deployment of technology in the conduct of elections has exposed INEC to greater public scrutiny and intense pressure. There are a lot of things they're going to be handling: voter population, number of polling units, election personnel, security considerations, logistics, and so much, and everything is just so enormous. But however, the use of technology is going to definitely approve and show transparency in the results and the conduct of the election. But they are just asking that a lot of people get ready for this particular election. They have a lot to do and they are getting ready as well.
Okay, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nollywood, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on... Okay, we continue with the review in Sun. Yes, go ahead.
Yes. So the National Association of Nigerian Students are threatening to shut down Nigeria. They've been protesting. They had done one a few days ago. They started at Shagamu Interchange section of the expressway inward Lagos, where they blocked it, holding placards. You know, just talking about the fact that they've been home for 7 months, and it's quite embarrassing to have Nigerian students denied education for that long. And for them, it just seems like the government and the ministers involved, Chris Ngige and Adamo, are not really giving their best to see that this issue is resolved. And so the Nigerian Association of Nigerian Students are saying they're taking this all the way to the villa. Just in connection to this, because the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway was blocked as a result of this protest. There was serious traffic jam as a result of this protest. The Minister for Works and Housing was being asked by journalists about the construction work going on, and he's asking Nigerians to be more patient. He says that the honest truth is that the part of the work that's done on the part of the expressway right now is largely a built area, and there are no alternative routes, through these built areas to the expressway, and he's just asking for Nigerians to be patient. And he also referred to the protest by the Nigerian Association of Nigerian Students, and he's saying that National Association of Nigerian Students, he's saying to them that respectfully, he says he understands their plight, and people constitutionally have the right to protest, but not to the point where you make it inconvenient for other Nigerians to go about their business. And I hear him, and that is true. But ASU, federal government, how long are we going to continue this strike? It's 7 months going on, and more. What are we going to do? Are we just going to keep protesting, talking on the newspaper? What is supposed to be the end result of this ASU strike?
My sister, we're looking unto God.
So I was going to take the possibility, the story concerning the possibility that they might be scrapping 400 MDs out of the 541. This is as a result of the implementation of the Oronsoye panel. If you recall, I remember that Oronsoye panel committee report that was saying that we should retain the 106 MDAs because to reduce the cost of governance. And one of the spokesperson here from the federal ministries, trying to remember, Olamilekon Adeola, he is the chairman of the Senate Committee on Finance, on Finance, and he was saying that, listen, we cannot continue this way. A ministry that gets 500 million, for example, is remitting 5 million naira as revenue. That doesn't work. We have to really come down. So we're here running 541 MDs, and we might have to scrap all of that and bring it down because we can't afford it.
Shrink.
So it's a conversation that is interesting. I've not read the full report, but the few headlines there was really interesting to me. But
the question would not be where we not put the civil servants that you remove from those agencies.
That's a whole different conversation. There was a lot of recommendations made in that panel, that Oronsoye panel. So
that may sort them out.
Hopefully that will be resolved. But the Speaker, Honorable Speaker Gbajabemila, has said that the President would get the new budget, the 2023 budget, in October, the 19.76 trillion naira budget. He was saying this while he was inspecting the work being done at the National Assembly. If you recall, quite a lot of money was budgeted for the renovation of the National Assembly. They're currently using a temporary place site, but hopefully they're saying that by the 10th Assembly, the new building will be ready for use. But they're pretty proud of the work that's been going on, and they feel that it's going to be something that is world-class, and at least it will be proud of as a National Assembly.
And quickly before you move on, now, our President is calling us to pray for God's will in the coming elections. Everybody needs to go and pray. And he said this at the opening of the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion Standing Committee meeting yesterday in Abuja.
President Buhari.
Yes, President Buhari, saying that, the elections are coming. Nigerians need to put heads together, pray, ask for the will of God to happen.
This state himself was somebody's spokesperson.
The president has called us to pray, Morayo, and we are going to pray. He also said that he's in
because
support.
he was at the church event.
Yes, he was there. He was there.
In keeping.
He was there. That's what we want to see.
According to the report, he was there, and he says they should pray.
Okay.
Pray for your country, Nigeria. Morayo, take the lesson and move on.
I'm just saying that, we want to see our president. We want him to be visible and want him to speak to us. So I don't like when we get additional telling us.
They didn't mention additional.
He was there and fantastic. I didn't see the report. Moving on quickly now to Vanguard. Niger Delta militants at war over pipelines contract. PDP crisis, you must go, says Makinde. I'm awaiting military's response to attack on Uba, says our President Buhari. Old Port Harcourt refinery will become functional by December this year, says federal government. Jam 6 hike in registration fees to 5,000 naira. Nigeria not on track to meet many MDGs by 2030, says United Nations. Not sure for Go ahead.
The major headline, So, militant leaders of the Niger Delta region are currently at war over the 4.5 billion monthly pipeline surveillance contract awarded to the former leader of, and the movement of the emancipation of Niger Delta, that's MEND, government, Ekpemu Polo, popularly known as Tom Polo, by the federal government, with Asari Dokubo yesterday, who was alleging that Tom Polo bluntly refused to involve him and other ex-militants in the $144 million coastal protection contract by the ex-president, Goodluck Jonathan. So they said they've had issues with him. There was a time the former president, Jonathan, called for a meeting and gave that contract, and he took it. And by the time they asked Jonathan said the contract is for all of you. But he was just paid the money directly, and he said he was not going to do that business with them. So they are really upset, saying that they're not going to have a conversation with him, that he has been sidelining his people for a very long time. So different groups are wading into the conversation and trying to see how they can resolve them. I wanted to get the names of, the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, is trying to, resolve the issue. The South Regional Group and Ijon National Congress, INC, are also trying to resolve the issue and see how they can bring them at a round table, have conversation, see how they can do this job without sidelining anyone.
Okay, so what I understand, this contract is for the security of our pipeline. Yeah. So what they're asking, is it that they're also going to be part of performing these duties and so want payment for it, or what is it? Does the payment come before the job, or the job comes?
No, I think because all of them basically do the same thing. They have their boys. They have everybody has like their faction, and they are all there to see how they can protect the pipeline. So, but one person now seems to be getting more of the contract and sidelining every other person. So they will always have aggrieved parties, because some of these pipelines go through their own different villages and communities. Are they protecting them?
Okay, well, we don't know. We haven't got the answers.
So JAM is seeking to increase their fees. It's asking that the fees be increased from 3,500 to 5,000. The registrar had said that when he first came in 2016, the JAM fees were 5,000, and that 5,000 naira had been paid 5 years, And then when he came in 2016, they were able to remit to the government 7.5 billion. And because of that amount, they realized, they could reduce the fees to 3,500. And so far, so good. But the economic realities of today, it's important that they hike these prices back to 5,000. So that, he also mentioned that really nowhere else in the world does government fund these sort of exams. But federal Nigeria, maybe Finland, is doing that, but cannot continue to do this at that price.
Especially the economic realities in our country. So, after the FEC meeting yesterday, the Minister of State, that's Chief Timipre Sylvia, was saying yesterday that the Port Harcourt refinery will be ready by December. He was being asked on the updates of all the various refineries. He says that the Warri refinery and Kaduna refinery are still ongoing and they'll be ready soon, but he's very sure that the Port Harcourt one that has the capacity to produce 60,000 barrels per day will be ready by this December. If you recall, we've been trying to get our refineries to be refurbished and start working. So we have to continue to import so many barrels from other countries. So hopefully, if that helps, it reduces what we're importing by 60,000 barrels per day. Okay, let's find another story. I think that's all we can take. Is there any other we've lost? Nobody took Nigeria not on track to meet SDGs.
No. I looked for that story on the page.
It wasn't there. Yeah. Okay, The Guardian, we can't take it. Let me just mention the headline. Energy crisis forces Nigeria's 43 million households to spend 8.9 trillion naira per year. Southwest PDP resolves to back Atiku as Makinde insists Ayu must go. Buhari's Imo visit waste of resources, says citizens. And Police Service Commission Chairman Smith resigns amid recruitment controversy. Let me take this day very quickly. 2023, Ayu must go, Southwest PDP tells Atiku. Sanwo-Olu wins award for exceptional contribution to infrastructure development. Embattled Chairman of Police Service Commission Musiliu Smith resigns. And Port Harcourt refinery will resume production by December. We're taking most of those stories already. That's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, we'll bring in our friends from FBN Quest. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nollywood, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC Communications story.
Thanks for staying with us. So we remember those days when parents were only concerned about courses their children would study. It was either law, medicine, engineering, pharmacy, or nothing. These days, parents are even more particular about whether their children study in a private university or go to a public university in Nigeria or to travel abroad. One of the which is the utmost ready is funding this education abroad and ensuring that the same is not affected in any way. If you have great plans for your children's education, then sit back as we learn about the Education Trust, how the Education Trust can help. Join us now is a private trust specialist, FBN Quest Mutiat Olatunji. She's been here several times. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for
Always a
having
pleasure
me.
having you because we learn new things anytime you come. So this Education Trust Fund, what is it about?
Okay, so I'll start from what is a trust, right? So a trust is a relationship between two parties, right? So let's say, for example, you want to set up a trust. You are the settlor, I am the trustee. Then you have a third party that is the beneficiary. So simply speaking, that's what a trust is. So if I'm to narrow it down to educational trust, it is the settlor setting up a trust for the purpose of the education of their children or any other person at all who can be the beneficiary. So the focus is education, right? So what does education cover? It covers your school fees, accommodation, travel expenses. These days, kids take part in swimming, karate, taekwondo, and all of that. So all of that can be taken care of under your trust.
Kidding me? So even now that, so like right now, I have to pay for karate and this like, so if I had a trust, I'll just give you instruction.
Just send the invoice and we'll take care of it.
Imagine
school
that.
is about to resume, just send us the invoice.
Oh, life is
good. We'll pay the school fees and just send you proof of payment, that's all.
Whoa,
so you don't have to worry yourself about anything once your trust is funded.
So the next question is, how does that work?
Exactly.
So how does it work? You set up a trust and you fund the trust. So what we do for our clients is that we ensure that when you come to us, we'll sit down and have a conversation with you. What is your long-term goal? What do you intend to achieve? When you tell us that, we now help you with a projection. So for example, if you want your child to go to one of the Ivy League schools, we'll give you a projection taking into consideration inflation and all those other things. And they'll ask you, what duration do you want to use to fund this trust? You also have to know that anything can happen at any time. You can lose your job, incapacitation. So we'll work with a time frame that ensures that even if anything happens, right, you are covered. Your children, they are covered at every point in time. We've also seen instances where, for example, the mother or the father loses his or her job, and for that reason, kids that were very comfortable, they were going to the best of schools, they have to withdraw them because they didn't have a proper plan to fund their education.
So also a follow-up of how it works. So do I say, for instance, I want to set up a trust and I want the trust to take effect immediately because I have children in school. Do I now start paying a percentage of my salary to the trust every month, or how does, just give us the
so it goes back to the projection. If you want it to take effect now, then we can say, okay, school typically resumes, you pay school fees September, January, and maybe March or thereabouts. That means you have to have funded your trust adequately. So depending on what your projection is for an annual payment, we can ensure that before each term, your trust is adequately funded. So we'll work with you. Yes, we'll work with you. But the good thing is that those funds are invested. So the money is not just sitting there. It will always grow. So the money just doesn't sit there.
You know, interestingly, my husband was going through, usually he's used to a certain figure every month. Once it's time for school. So this time around, he was just like, he went to go and check school fees, and like we had come up about percentage higher. He said, yeah, Mudaro. Because what he had planned for and budgeted for is completely different from what the school was asking. Because the little kid, the last one just entered school, and what he's paying is much more, and then there are 6 girls, So in that situation, whereby changed, the school fees changed and all that, how do you affect, and how does it increase what I start paying as a trustee?
As a settlor. Okay, so how it works is this. It depends on how well you funded your trust before. So if the trust has been adequately funded from the onset, then your return on investments would be slightly okay to cushion all those. So all those increase in school fees, you won't feel it immediately, right? Because your return on investment would take off that burden from your shoulder, so you don't have to worry about it in the long run.
Okay, so there are many people watching and thinking, oh, this is clearly not for me, it must be for rich people. But what category of people do you think are eligible to look into education trust?
I think it applies to everybody, right? Because when you look at it, when your kids start nursery and primary, you might still be able to afford it. But when you look at the way education is going in Nigeria, you might be thinking, I'm going the private school route. Even if it's 20,000 or 10,000 you want to save on a monthly basis, if your child is 2 or 3 now, before that child gets to university, you have enough funds.
Fantastic.
So when that time comes, you are not even bothering yourself about, how am I going to afford this, or how am I going to pay? Because the funds, they are there. It is there already.
I'm so cutting out this clip for my husband.
Just a quick follow-up to that. So just the example you use, you're paying maybe 20K a month, and then maybe over time, your resources have improved. Can you then change? Is it a new fund arrangement or just an update?
So you can just
of that?
you up what you pay. So let's say, for example, now you eat a jackpot and you get 1 million. You can decide to put 1 million today, and next month it's 5,000 you have. So it's 5,000 you're putting.
See, I love this. You know why I like it? Because I really like stress-free life. I don't want to think about the bills, kabrate. I don't want to think about it. I want to be Mutia, please sort it out. But yeah, I'm saying. But when the kids go to university, they have things, spring break, want to come to Nigeria, and I'm like, I don't have money right now. Can I call you? So must it be totally for education and nothing else? Now, can I say, Mutia, please, my kids want to go for summer vacation, please, can you help me just sort it out for them?
Okay, so that's why I mentioned other related expenses. So because you are the creator of the trust, you tell us what you want. Do you want it to be just strictly school fees? Do you want to cover travel expenses? Do you want to cover welfare? Do you even want to cover HMO for them? Right, so all of those things can be worked into your education trust.
You feel so.
Well, it sounds so too, as they say, too good to be true. What is the catch?
The catch for them.
Yeah.
So for all trust, we don't touch your principal, right? The only money we make is on your return on investment. That is why we have to ensure that we invest in secure instruments. So we only take a percentage of the investment income. So your principal is secured. So that puts pressure on us to ensure that this money, we must invest it right and it must grow.
So in case of the demise of the person who is putting this money in trust, how do you do the contact of the family? Because sometimes we don't hear anything and the family members may be suffering on knowing that there's money somewhere kept for them.
Okay, so when you set up a trust, there's someone known as a trust protector.
Okay.
So the settlor would inform this trust protector of the existence of that trust. So the trust protector now steps in to ensure that trustees, I've left money with you, but I've passed on. You don't go and spend my money. The trust protector must ensure that the trustee, so the trust protector is like a watchdog.
Okay.
You ensure,
from you or from the person?
From the settlor, from the person creating the trust. So you can pick anybody, an organization, family member, anybody you trust. So they now act as a watchdog and they now make requests on behalf of the beneficiaries. So they send us the invoices and we honor. The good thing is that the trust protector cannot alter the content of the trust. So you are not scared that, what if this person comes to include our own children or something? He or she has absolutely no right to alter anything.
So if the education is done and everything, there's change remaining, who takes
So there's something called determination of the trust. So you will have determined how you want it to be shared. So you can say, oh, my projection is that they all do masters. So once they complete their masters, split the money equally between or amongst all of them. So they take their share of the money.
This is what I like about this, Mutia. This is the fact. It's not you're my friend. I'm going to collect your number.
Yes.
So Mutia, I'm talking to you already as if you're my account officer. So what I love about this is that when you have money, you don't have to worry about what to spend. You know, sometimes you just have money. Just going to use my hair.
Put it in the trust.
Look at this for where so
move it. Just take it to Mutia.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Take it to the trust, not to Mutia.
And the good thing again is that people don't know that you can also put properties in your trust. So if you have a property, so I came across something on Instagram where a lady said, oh, before she even put to bed, she had a financial plan, she bought a property, and her projection was that rental income from the property she used to take care of her children's school fees. However, the rental income was just 5 million. She now had twins, and she had one of the top schools in mind for them to attend. And then she says, can this 5 million take care of this? Back of my head, I'm like, fantastic financial plan. But imagine if you put that property in a trust and that 5 million we've been investing it and you're getting return on investments. Like, it's so
when you
sorted.
For instance, the building now, with people living inside, you can put it in trust or an empty building.
So you can put anyone. So most times it's best when it's for education that is income generating. So that way, apart from you even maybe funding once in a while when you have spare money, you know that on an annual basis, your tenants are paying their rent and is going into that.
So if I'm getting income from a side hustle, can I put that in trust?
You can put anything at all, any money.
Love it.
We love you already.
We just organized our life.
I'm telling you.
Because I'm telling you, it makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much, Mutia.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm not calling you a big question. I'm telling you, Mutia.
No problem. We hold you.
All right. So how do we finally, because it's your segment, how can we reach you? Numbers? How do we start? How do we start the whole process?
Okay, so we're on all our social media platforms at FBN Quest, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can find us. We have our website as well. And I'm sure our contact number is also showing on the screen already. So just give us a call and we are here to help you plan your education trust.
And for those of you like us, like mothers who get this immediately, it takes time to our husbands to get this kind of thing. You have to sell it. Just cut out the clip and send it to them, because no matter how you say it, they won't understand. But we were already sold, but selling it to the other party is always a problem. But just cut out the clip and just forward it to them. They would understand, and hopefully you get a commitment on this. Fantastic. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's go to break. It's Thursday. So much to gist about. And we got Nkechi blessed in the belt. There's so much to talk about. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nollywood, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's Your View. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nollywood, Bolly and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment,
Thanks for joining us. So, Nkechi Blessing Sunday is a Nigerian actress, film producer, director, screenwriter, and brand ambassador. Her first production was Omogeleki in 2015, and a movie that won the Maya Awards, and she was nominated for the Revelation of the Year at the Best of Nollywood Awards. She's also the director and CEO of Nkechi Films Production and the NBS Foundation. Please welcome with us Nkechi Blessing Building. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Good to have you.
Thank you so much.
I know you have a cold, so we'll not stress you too much. So let us start. We saw this video that was quite disturbing on social media about a 12-year-old child that practically run down the mother's house because she seized his phone. We saw that on social media, and we just thought to ourselves, what's going on here? I'm not sure if our producer will be able to show that video for us. It'd be nice for those of you out there to see the clip. But if not, we'll discuss about it. But we've all seen the clip. And the house was practically run down. You know, they smashed the screens.
Everything.
The furniture was pulled down. And it was heartbreaking because when I was watching that video, and I could hear the mother crying, weeping. And I was saying to myself, this one is not crying because of the destroyed goods. She's just crying that this is my child. This is somebody I had raised. And you're having to deal with this. What came to your mind when you watched that video? And how do you think, what lessons do you think we can learn? Because we are also still raising these kids. As Nima always says, we've not gotten our report card.
No. Yes, so...
To tell you, all the things you are speaking, you never get your report cards until these children are now grown. Like I say, yes, I raised a good child. But as they are still growing, we never get. So how do we avoid this situation that we're about to see? Let me talk to Mariam first.
Okay, first, my immediate thought was, okay, maybe this is a child that has been raised wrong, that didn't get enough parenting. But that would just be very basic of me because I have seen situations where parents have raised 3 to 5 children in a household and one child has anger issues and things like that. And conversations about mental health is conversations we do not have enough when we're talking about parenting. Unless, if this is just a bad parenting situation, she's 12 years old, there's hope, you know, and she has to make sure she's more involved and participates in his life better. But then if it's about, about participating in his life better, but also about the fact that there's this there's this parenting of just allowing our children have anything, be anything, get away with anything. We indulge them. They do, can get away with anything. We don't speak to them a certain way. We don't really reprimand them when they do something wrong. We don't punish them, for what they have done wrong. There are no consequences for bad behavior that can bring about this. But there's also this thing about mental health that you see children like this exhibit it. The parent is hardworking, the parent is involved, the other siblings seem to be well adjusted, but this particular child. So in that case, you find a mother who is really, praying.
Let me come to
Nigerian parents go to church.
Before I come to Nkechi, because you see, you're a coach, and you and your colleagues in the coaching industry say, don't beat your children. Don't beat your children. Talk to them. You must talk to them. And we are all, and we've all adopted it somehow. I mean, I've tried to adopt those spank, but I know I still spank. But I have seen my friends and family members try to totally adhere to that. Don't beat your child. Talk to the children. Is this what you get when you...
I don't understand. What we say is do not traumatize. So the punishment you want to give, to what end? Is it for correction? If it's for correction, you need to observe the child and pattern the correction to what suits that child. Every child is different. There are children you cannot touch. Once you just talk to them, they are already crying and repentant. You don't need to start beating that child. There are children that they must see belt on the table, even if you don't use it, to reset their head. You just have to observe. We're not saying do not beat and allow your children to do things without consequences. That's not what life coaches are saying. What we are saying is you need to be sure that you are correcting and not further damaging that child. You need to pay attention to the emotional well-being of your child, even in the midst of punishment. So the punishment should not be so corporal that it now further damages the child you're trying to heal. So you need to, pick that hustle. But this case, you're not serious. This particular case, even if it's an issue of mental health, and I like where Miriam started from, because we don't pay attention. We always feel, they are children, what do they know? A child cannot be depressed, I'm raising teenagers and I'm seeing some things and I'm like, who would have said? Who would have told me? I'm seeing patterns and I'm like, whoa. And because I'm paying attention, I'm quickly addressing it with their father. We're working together, me and their father. We are, the Sermon on the Mount in my house is not beans. He will give 30 minutes. I will follow with another 20 minutes and follow with affirmations and follow because I'm paying attention. If I had said, well, they are too young to have issues of this and issues of that, and I just move on, give them everything they want and throw away my face and face my business, it will get to an age where you cannot control. So this particular child did not start today. This child has been exhibiting some character that was ignored. Because depending on the children, there are some children that naturally come with anger issues, depending on the sort of trauma the parents may have gone through during pregnancy. We pick up all of these energies, and they come with that. But a deliberate parent will notice that, why does this child get so upset and damage his toys? We need to start working on that. This is not the first time. So this cry we're crying now is not the cry we're crying. Let me pause you for a second, because I want to hear Nkechi's thoughts on this, because I really want that video to show on TV, because people need to understand what we're talking about here. Nkechi, what are your thoughts when you watch that video?
Like I said, I asked earlier if that was in Nigeria. Because if it were to be in Nigeria, and I am the mother to that child,
tell us.
Hey, I will beat that child. Hey, because that is properties worth millions that you just destroyed. And like she said, these things don't start now. These children, they exhibit these characters from small. So a parent is supposed to be in the life of their children, watch them closely, get involved. Because I don't know if it's because of the fact that they are in America or outside the country, that's why this is happening. But guess what? It happens here too.
Yes.
But it depends on the involvement of a parent with her children. Because how can a 12-year-old wake up and decide to destroy properties worth millions because of a phone?
Calm down.
No, it's not possible.
Listen, guys, I get the anger we feel, but you see, 12-year-old, She's a child.
I know.
He's not a child again.
Not a baby,
12-year-old is a child.
Yes,
but it's a child with sense.
A child with sense.
Yeah, but you know,
at least
Mariah,
he knows.
Okay, go ahead.
His left to his right. He knew what he was doing. He's not. I don't understand.
Yeah. So from the age of 8, according to science and some other sciences, underneath sciences and studies, a child stops being a child from the age of 8. We, the parents, are the ones looking at them as children. But a child knows what he or she is. They know what they do when you are not there.
Exactly.
They are at the age of accountability. So my father's church, I always mention this church because I learned quite a lot, growing up in that church. The baptism starts at the age of 8 because that's the age of accountability where you're able to tell, should I be baptized or not? Should I give my life to Christ or not? You can make that decision. That's a very huge decision that you can live with a child of about 8. To tell you that a child of 8 knows wrong or right. At that age, you can decipher this is wrong and this is right. So don't tell me even me, I'm a child now. Am I not a child of God? I'm still a child. You should know not to put your hand inside fire at that age, or you will get burnt. You know that destroying a property is going to affect your mother and your father, and you went ahead and did it because you could not control your emotion. So the matter here is the child obviously have been having emotional issues that the parents had not paid attention to. And this is a major cry for help from that young boy. That mommy, daddy, you need to pay attention to me. So let them put aside the fact that they've destroyed properties worth of millions. Yeah. We can always recover that by the grace of God. And pay serious attention to this child. This child is crying out for serious help. He needs to see a therapist at the moment. So there's an
angle to that story. Somebody was saying in part of the comments that there was a rebuttal from the poster saying that actually the child is a 15-year-old who has mental issues, which is what you alluded to. He went off his meds and had a breakdown. So there are different scenarios. So it could have been mental issues, medical breakdown, and it could have been a child who is totally unruly and does that. So there are different scenarios, but at the end of the day, they're still children. And something has happened, and adults have a role to play in this. How do we avoid this kind of situation? That's the conversation when we come back after the break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nollywood, Bollywood, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy eSplash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, Listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's Your View. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nollywood, Bollywood, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year.
Thanks for staying with us. So the update to the story we're taking, hopefully our producer will show you the video very soon, is that the mother of this child did a video saying that her child is 15 years old, he's about 6 feet tall, saying that she can't spank him, and the fact that he has mental issues, and more importantly, she was betrayed by her friend who released the video to the public. So these should don't get too late now. So we have a 15-year-old child who can be smacked. Now, during the break, Nkechi and Bisu are saying that you can still spank. I'm not sure if I was...
You can beat Chris out of his head.
At 15.
Yes.
15 is
He's an adult now.
He's 6 feet. 6 feet.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They go carry boys, they go tie a rope, bundle am, flog am where you go. In factory,
you go reset.
My mother, may God rest her soul. She beats me reach 20-something years old.
Because you know the year word.
Because I know the year word. In case she too stubborn, no be fluke, na real. She go tie belt, she go say, na me born you, na me go kill you.
Yes. But therapists will say that doesn't work in today's time.
It works because if not,
Nkechi, did it work for you? Because you still Chris today.
No.
But it reduce small.
It reduce small.
But Chris pass like that.
You get it.
Now you say your Chris get level.
But so, yeah, go ahead.
The thing is, I had an auntie who was raising 2 boys at the time. And they were, this teenager stuff. These ones did not have mental issues. They were just being teenagers at the time.
Did you take them to therapy to
I don't know, but it wasn't this bad.
Yeah.
That's why I'm assuming they didn't have mental issues. And she would wear her shorts. Nika, Nika, they call her for pigeon. Wear her shorts, wear trainers, come out with pistol. I am your mother. Even if you are taller than me, you will obey me in this house or pack your things and go. Wow. And she went to their schools, embarrassed them. The first time she went to the school, she stood because they are fine boys now. They have girlfriends that like them, people that are looking at them and all that. She stood in front of the school and was screaming the boy's name. This is what he's doing in the house. Oh, the boy was, Mommy, please, they're embarrassing me. That changed that particular behavior at the time. So I'm not advocating that you beat. But before you get to 15, 16, 17, what did you do at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? These behaviors don't just come, one day. It starts. Children do what they call testing. They test boundaries. They test you. I remember when I was raising my little daughter and then they were teaching, I just started doing child psychology at the time in Montessori. And I learned, the very first time I learned about this testing thing. And I was potty training her at the time. So this particular day, we had dressed up going to school. I was in a hurry. She was set. She had had a breakfast and everything. And she just pulled in her diaper. She was 2+ at the time. This babe knows that she has one fresh diaper. And she's already potty trained. And she could speak at the time clearly. I would hear Kosiso clear. And she was looking at me because she knew what she did. Reaction. I cleaned it the first time. After 3 days, after she was dressed, she did the poo. And she was looking at me when I finished with her. That was the end of that poo. If I had let it go because she's a child, she's just 2+ and all that, she's testing that boundary. She wins there and she moves on to test something
bigger
else.
Boundaries.
Okay.
Let me take this call from Alaji Kari from Shogunle. Come on, Alaji, are you there? Alaji, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Please, I want you to help us with your...
Hello? Oh, he wanted to tell us something. Sorry, but yes, let me come to you.
So I know that patterns you can see from a child growing up, but also we have heard of when children get to adolescence and how sometimes there's almost a switch in personality and that the hormones and everything that they're going through affects them somewhat, and that is where you have to pay attention. And also that is when, I guess for a lot of people who have mental issues, that is when you see it more visibly, because a lot of things you excuse and think that because they're children, but as a teenage child, then you take it. So it's important that we tell that as parents we're aware of these differences and when they can occur. And yes, children will test boundaries. It's normal. Everybody will do it, even with our regular relationship, we test boundaries. But when it comes to mental health, I want us to pay attention to mental health issues, especially as a society and a community in Nigeria. We don't accord it the importance that it deserves. We have over-traumatized children because we just see them as bad children, children that just do not want to listen, and really proper therapy and proper treatment would have gotten you a better result from that child than just beating the child continuously. I say this because I have physical, examples of children I know would have done better if they had gotten the help that they needed at the time. So they found themselves as adults now trying to adjust and now seeking therapy for themselves. So as parents, we need to put that into consideration.
I get that, Mary. You're very correct, because the truth is that mental health is relative.
It is.
What is mental? The mother speaking, she's not a Nigerian. Mental health to her could mean different things to us. What is mental health to her could just be a child who is constantly upset about something, has mood swings. In Nigeria, they snap it out of you. They snap it out of you. But it's still mental health. But in Nigeria's society, like, what, are you okay? Are you having mood swings?
So they slap it, but do they slap it out of you? Or do they slap it deep inside you and then it comes out in another way?
So when they slap it out of you, in their own thinking, they slap it out of you. But what you're saying is that it actually goes deeper inside. So there are different ways of looking at it. So we shouldn't belittle the importance of mental health in this fact, and we should consider that in this conversation. However, when a child is completely and totally unruly, is what we want to address. How does a parent, when you see your child do that kind of thing, spanking might not be the right thing. What's the right thing, BC?
So,
well, should I come to you, Nkechi? What's the right? So you've come home and you've seen that. What would you do to them? What would you do to help that child?
I don't know. Like she said, you know, some like for me, I have a 3-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And trust me, most times he tries to act funny. And before my mom died, she never allowed us beat him.
Yeah.
Yes, because she's always like, that's my ego, you know, stuff like that. But when she left us with him, we needed to train him the proper Nigerian way. My younger sister would not want to beat him, but when I'm there, no. Me too, I almost adapted my mom's, but my younger sister is like, no. Auntie Nkechi, we need to beat him so that he doesn't do that again. Not like beating. Like we talk to him, to spank him.
Yeah.
Elijah, stop it. And trust me, he won't go back to doing those things. Just like when she said about her daughter, you know, pooing on her. Now Elijah can go to my toilet himself and, you know, help himself. He doesn't wear diaper no more.
Let me talk about the father figure here for a second, because I get upset when my husband brings that father thing where he's shouting. Stop shouting at these kids. But I used to get upset with him because his presence alone was fear. Those kids, when they hear daddy's coming, they adjust.
True.
I used to get upset. Like, must you traumatize these kids? But now, my first is 10, 8. I see that it has reframed them. So when they get to a certain age, I'll stop shouting at them. But that shouting is important now. So that our brain can know that this is what you do. So if I tell them that daddy is coming, their brain resets. Even the little one, once he hears daddy's voice, he will beg you, please don't tell daddy. So sometimes you think sometimes that thing.
So you see that father figure is very important. I know a lot of times because we have single parenting, and it happens for many reasons. Not because most people want to be single parents, but it has an effect. I was raised by my mom was a widow for a few years, and I would say that I see the difference in my own children having 2 parents. My husband doesn't need to talk; he just needs to be around. He just only have to have the threat of him going to be around before, but I have to explain, I have to call, I have to persuade, I have to remind, you know, before they listen to me. I'd say they've seen me finish, but their dad, all you have to say is he will hear about it. And so that's why in the family you need both figures present, because it is hard on single parents to be able to do both for a child.
Fantastic. I'll come to you, BC. Let me take John and I'll come back to you, BC. Good morning, are you there? Hello? Good morning, John, are you there? Sorry, I lost that call. Yes, please.
So it's very important that we have both parents. One must play bad cop, and good cop, to give that balance. While I am the one that if mommy comes and sees this place like this, everybody adjusts.
Yeah, the bad cop.
Yes, they are closer to my husband because he would use English, grammar, dictionary to explain himself. He wastes a lot of time. I just have to look at that child and you know that you have to behave yourself because I don't have the strength for too much talk. I use my hands, I use as it comes, you know, but I'm toning down on that now with studies and knowledge and everything because I also realized that the violence did not work for me as a person, you know, but there's also something we forget, and that is called modeling. What do your children see you do? When you have a quarrel with your husband and you destroy TV, you smash cup, you throw stone, you throw everything away in the house, you scatter, you throw your clothes, you shout, you scream, you jump. These kids are absorbing it. They have absorbent minds. They may not react immediately, but it's deep and encoded in their DNA.
So when I'm angry, I also...
Yes. And then you see them with their friends in school. They're upset. They're using their hands. They're upset. They are throwing things. They are damaging their school bag. And you feel, don't worry, he will outgrow it.
Okay, that's the video.
Following that child.
Our producers have finally gotten the video. That's the video.
Till they become adults. So as a parent, you have to be responsible to how you act all the time. I wouldn't say just when your children are there, because we need to become better human beings. So do you use your words to express that anger and, you know, communicate? Or do you calm down? Like me, when I'm upset in the house, I keep quiet because I wouldn't want to say something in front of my children that I will regret. So I just keep quiet and, you know, excuse myself till I'm better calm to handle that conversation. Being a parent is not being so. If they had told us, I for not even bother. because I am
always say that.
consistently retraining, relearning, and taking care of myself in such a way that I can be the best with the little resources that I have available to me.
Take this call from Mark.
I'm still making mistakes.
Mark, are you there? It's going to have a final call up because we're going to wrap up on this. Mark, are you there?
Yeah, hello, Auntie Morayo. Good
Go
morning.
ahead, please. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, ladies in the house.
Good morning.
I just saw the video now, and it's quite unfortunate that I keep saying this. From the day we started faulting the way our parents raised us, that was the day we started having issues. Children are like bitter leaf. If you wash them well, it becomes sweet when you add it later on. So I can't even imagine myself having my child do this kind of thing. My presence in my home as the father puts everybody in check. They know what to do at the right time. I don't subscribe to this recent modern way of raising children. The same way I was raised is how I'm raising my kids. I know what to do at the right time. I know most times when I beat my daughter, there was a time she messed up in school. I got to school, I got a report, I came back home. Thank God enough, the mom wasn't at home that day. I dealt with her. The next day, she was telling me when she was ready to go to school, she showed me her hand. She said, Daddy, look at what you did to me. I said, when you go to school, show it to your teacher. Tell your teacher that your dad did this to you. I don't want anyone to pamper my children for me.
Thank you very much, Mark. I have an issue with that. Okay, so let me come to you because as much as I appreciate that, let's raise our kids the way we were raised, but tell people to tell you that we should learn from it. Because, for example, my husband recently, we had a serious fight. I mean, I was really upset with him. He was insisting that he must bath with cold water. And I'm thinking to myself, why? We have heater. They are sleeping in air conditioner. A child wakes up in air conditioner. The room is already cold. You now tell that child to not enter cold shower. Come on. And that's wickedness of the order. He said, no, it was the cold water. Can't you see Momo? Momo never used hot water. See, she's 96 years old. She's walking around. I'm like, what is Momo? With all due respect, you can't compare Momo to my child. I bathed with warm water all my life. It's okay, but you're not strong. And you're not strong. Can't you see me? I'm strong. You're not strong. Can you compare you to me? And I'm thinking,
wow.
I'm not strong.
Cold water, and I get where he's coming from.
What I'm saying, so the way you say how I was raised, with all due respect, times have changed. Yeah. So must we have this how I was raised thing with our children?
If it has worked for you,
I don't know. Okay, now this takes me to. Let me just say the story of my ex saying I don't wear panties. My mom. May God rest her soul. I wish she was alive when all this happened. Like I said, I stopped wearing panties when I was 18. And this was because each time I wear panties while I was growing up, I just take it out and throw it out anywhere. She has warned me the first time, I did not listen. She did the second time, I did not listen. So on the third time, this was what she did. Everybody that knows my mom knows she has a very big beer parlor in Abulegba, right? So she took one of my dirty panties one day and hung it in front of her shop. Yes. So every customer that was coming into the shop that day, she was showing them, "Na Nkechi pants be that. Na Nkechi pants be that. Na Nkechi pants be that." That was the most embarrassing moment of my life. And there and then, I decided within myself that I was never going to wear panties again.
So there will be no evidence to even use
to hang in front of the
You understand? So that was why when I saw what my ex said, I cried all through that day and said, God, but you know the agreements with me and you get while I was 18. So that was the one that actually touched me. I'm like, oh, I wish it was true. But I cried because you know within yourself that I don't even wear panties. So why would you now use that as because you wanted to shame me to make people see me as... And since then, a lot of people, when they want to insult me, they'll be like, go and wash your dirty panties. That I was literally crying. And I called my younger sister and I said, oh, I wish my mother was alive. I would tell her to sit down and tell them what she did to me when I was 18. You understand? You get it?
So for you, you've learned from that?
Yes.
You would not do that
I would not do that again.
To your child?
So I traumatized you?
Yes, you did.
You've opened us into the world of Nkechi blessing, which we are hoping to do. So we're going to go into this no wearing panties lady in a moment. But to wrap up our previous conversation, the point is that, listen, I would always say that nobody knows it. We are all working in progress. And as Nima said, we've not gotten our report card. So every day you learn, relearn, and unlearn. And you try to continue to be the best you can. And hope that you have enough support. So when you're going wrong, somebody can say, Nima, this is how you do, talk about this, how you do it. You can adjust each other and help each other. Have a support system to help you, that you can always bounce ideas off and to help you out. But at the end of the day, you and your child can have a good relationship if you pay attention. That's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, let's discuss the no wearing panties lady. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nollywood, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The latest. Thanks for staying with us. So we're still discussing with Nkechi Blessing. Nkechi, you're a very controversial person. So many issues, especially with your recent breakup with your man, and what happened, and it was all over social media, and then the issues with you, your toys, how you sustain yourself. You know, there's just so much stuff out there. Okay, why you just got so much issues? Basically, you want to throw one of the issues?
Yes. So, you know, relationships have issues. We've seen people a couple of times on social media come out and, you know, talk about maybe their ex reports them to one blogger or so, and then they come out to, you know, give rebuttal, respond and all that. But when it was Nkechi's turn, she scattered
the table
and the house.
After she said that she will not break up with
she scattered the table, that's one. She brought bags of toys.
Hey.
Bolas. All over.
Okay, I like that name, Bolas.
Bolas, let's not use it here. Bolas all over to show that you can't even do anything for that. He was managed, I was managing, and covering your shame. Okay. This is what has been helping me. Nkechi, I was scared for my life when I saw your video. I was like, remind me never to offend Nkechi. Please, why did you decide to go that far? And the fact that you also had a fake marriage with him.
Okay, first off, there was never a marriage in whatsoever. Okay. We're just, okay, since I have the opportunity to talk now, and I'm on live TV, I was never married.
Okay.
But you know, dating a Yoruba man and in a Yoruba society, like, a lot of people think I am Yoruba until they hear my name. Even when they hear my name, they'll be like, it doesn't matter, she does Yoruba films, right? the Okomi thingy of Yoruba people. So apparently everybody thought, oh, she was married. And I said it myself in one of my interviews with Chude that I was married. Apologies. So everybody watching, I was never married. I used to say my first marriage will be my one and only marriage. If I were to be married, I would have done everything to make it work. Right? Moving on. Breakup happened even before.
He came on social media.
Yes. And I begged him. When we started of our relationship, him being someone that was going into politics, he said we should sign this no disclosure form. I wish I did, because from my side, I won't come outside to say a word about somebody I have once, showed to the world. I have had relationships that did not make it to social media. We broke up and everybody went their separate ways in peace. Nobody heard a thing. So I don't know why Nigerians are making it an issue, like as if this is like the fifth person. No, this is the only time I am ever having relationship problems on Instagram, whereby my ex comes out to say stuff. I warned him and I begged him. Okay, now this is it. While we were in the relationship, when our relationship started, when the blogger who brought us out posted stuff, we had issues for like 3 weeks. We didn't talk. Then when he came back, I'm like, you know what? Let's continue, but we are not going to be doing so many, because he had a wife before. So me posting your pictures all the time, I am going to be I have conscience, right? I would not want another woman seeing me like, oh, she's the one with my husband now. But he's always saying he does not care.
Oh, is this like, an ex-wife?
Yeah, ex-wife. They are separated. He said he does not care, but I care. I'm a woman too. Forget that we've broken up. If I see you posting another woman tomorrow, I might not really give 10. I might not really care, but I am going to still feel, I was with him before. So I was putting myself in her shoes, right? So when everything blew out of proportion, I told him, you know what, go your separate ways. I am not going to come out to say a word. But I hope you don't come out to say a word too. Because if you come out and say a word, you get it. Now, the thing is, in the heat of the first time we started dating, a lot of things were said to him, a lot of things were said to me, like, people telling him, Nkechi is this, Nkechi is that. I don't know. And then anytime we have an issue, he's always insulting me with those things that he heard. And then I keep telling him, I say, bro, I've heard stuff about you too, but it would be bad of me to hurt you with those words, because I do not believe them. I believe they are just hearsays, even though some I have my facts, but I won't insult you with them. But the day I'm going to insult you with any of the things that I know about you, you are going to hang yourself. Then you apologize, okay, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. Then when the breakup now happened, I have my own piled up now.
It was many.
It was even small.
But you think that when you love somebody, and if it's true love, no matter what happens, you wouldn't throw all their dirty linens in the car. So on both ways, you and him, you think that this is the guy I once loved. So why would it even occur to either of you to even come out to the public and give us these dirty linens?
Everybody knows he started it first, and I tried to avoid you. I left London after I buried my mom. I traveled like the following week in November, right? It was there and then that I decided that this cannot work, because I haven't been with him before in London, because he lives in London. He's the one coming to Nigeria all the time. So I decided, okay, this person that I'm dating, let me even go and see what's up with him. Then when I got to London and I realized that I'm not sure this one will work. There and then I told him, when I was leaving, this relationship won't work. Since November, he begged and begged and begged and said, okay, let him come for my birthday in February. I'm like, okay, no problem. He came in February and the connection was not there. Me, I was done. Right? And I kept telling him, he has a brother, Uncle Toby, can bear me witness. Anytime we are having issues, I'm always telling him, Uncle Toby, I cannot continue with this relationship. But he keeps saying, I'm his life. If I leave him, he have not died since I left now.
No, he won't die. He won't die. Okay, so my own is, it's been a while since this happened and everything. Is there anything you and him have done for reconciliation, not to come back, but out behind social media?
Okay, now
because I know that's where real life happens.
Now, let me now tell you something. There was this time I called this man and said, let us stop all these PDAs. We need to have a real life outside social media, because the thing is, 80% of the relationships on Instagram are not real. They are all loving up on Instagram. Babe, come, let's work on ourselves off the gram. Then we're still in the middle of that conversation. The next minute I saw, it was already on live video. saying, I'm not sure I'm going to be coming to Nigeria again because Nkechi just broke. I said, is that what I asked you to do? I said, Uncle, let's take our relationship off social media. Take out my pictures from your page. I'll take out your pictures from my page. Let's love ourselves off the gram. So that once we have ourselves off the gram, no matter the obstacles that comes on Instagram, we can chest it. Then before you know it, and I remember having one of my interviews, I said, the moment a single rumor of breakup comes in a relationship, reality sets in. Before you know it, the relationship will start having issues. Because there's been a rumor that, they've broken up. Then he gave them the news. Then the next thing, that particular blogger took it, that, finally, everything done. I said, this is not how to. You don't need to give them a news. I don't sit down and make up news. That's why I tell people. A lot of people call me cloud chaser, blah, blah, blah. I don't sit down and say, okay, this thing I'm about to do now, I'll make it trend. No. I just do me. That's me doing me.
Nkechi, can I ask you a question? Do you still love him?
No, I don't.
Sure?
I've 100%. Because the thing is, he was the one that loves me more. So the time that I was now trying to level up
the way she went to Nigeria.
You get it. The time I now wanted to level up to the love he said he has for me, that was where he messed up. Then I called him. I said, he's been complaining of me not having communication. Like, I lack communication. That's because I was not so into you. If I am into you, now me go to crave for your attention the most.
How long did this
It's just a year, just 1 year.
Wow.
Let's talk about the bolas. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. But I'll leave you to talk about the Ebola. I've already mentioned Jesus. So I'm not tagged for something I am not. But I wanted to ask you. It seemed like there was a lot of fakeness between both of you in that relationship.
Yes, that's the truth.
Did you even get to know him at all before you decided to?
I think I didn't. I think I did not, and that's the problem on my side, because I just felt, okay, now I was going to keep this for maybe my YouTube channel, but let me just break everything down. And I wouldn't want anybody to make the kind of mistake that I made.
Good.
Right?
Yeah.
I recently broke up from a relationship, my ex that lives in America. And then in the heat of the breakup, we're still trying to fix things. He started posting a girl covering her face. Then I realized there's this man asking me out, okay, fine man. It's not, ramifications of the kind of people I would like to date is not 1 to 10. You get it? So that was me trying to use him to get back at my ex. Then I landed up in a relationship. You get it?
I get it, yeah.
So it was just likeness, it was not love. That's it. So a lot of ladies makes this kind of mistake.
Yeah.
They end up marrying somebody who they don't really love because they're just trying to get back to an ex. You get it?
Why the hurry?
That was what happened to me.
The reason why I'm interested in the Ebola question is not because of the sensation of it. A lot of single mothers, a lot of people, people married women,
even married
use these tools, and you think to yourself, is it helpful? Is it does he meet the need? Is it healthy? Is it hygienic? Is it? I mean, and you seem to. I thought you had 50. You're telling me you had over 50.
Over 50. Okay, now let me talk about this.
Why?
For one aside from the fact that I influenced for a Bola company.
Okay.
Now, the thing is, I met a doctor who told me that sex toys, can I use that?
Yes.
An English word.
Helps enhance, relationship, marriages. Husband and wife can use it. Most times you can just get back home and you touch your wife and she's tired. By the time you just under vibration, push it stimulates. She will just come up alive.
How far can we go?
No, I think you're going too far.
Yeah.
I was just going to say Bola, and whoever figures it out, figure it. But now you've told them what it is.
So that's it. So it makes you people,
Why do you need 50 though?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yes.
I don't. Oh my God.
How many do you use inside?
Just one.
Okay. Oh, you have a favorite one?
Yes, a favorite one.
Oh, I was wondering, like 50 sides of your body, like what part of your body?
No, funniest part is mine don't penetrate.
Oh.
I don't use those ones.
Oh, okay.
I just use it on
on
the surface.
So a lot of young girls out there, let us be real
My
now.
cheeks burning.
Young women out there who are your fans will be looking at you and saying, if my relationship ever breaks up, you see what Nkechi did to this guy, this is what I'm going to do to my own. That's one. A lot of them will be looking at you out there, when I saw those amount of
this is what I need.
Instruments, I'm like, okay, even if I want to buy, where do I pick from? How do I navigate it? And some scientists are beginning to say that it actually reduces the sensation of the woman after long use to other people. And I've had some single friends who are sort of trying to help themselves because there's no body around. but with the fear that when they now finally meet somebody, would they be able to connect?
The thing is, that's the honest truth, and I am going to be very honest. By the time you use these things to an extent, when the opposite gender touches you, you don't feel
kidding.
Yes, and I'm not even kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a very big problem. But if you can manage it, maybe once you meet somebody you connect with, you stop it. Like,
are you dating now?
Of course I am.
Please. Because we heard. Let me just
Nkechi, you heard what?
Nkechi, this is a rebound. This is a rebound.
It's not a rebound this time around.
Okay.
It is not. Because
people are they're talking particularly, they say he's a younger man.
Oh, you guys have heard already?
Yeah, I heard.
Hey, Jesus Christ. No, I'm not. Drink
your tea.
I am actually very young at heart. Like,
I like that.
So he's a younger man?
Yeah, he is.
How much younger?
He's 27.
Compared to you?
I'm 33. I'm not that old.
That's fine.
Within the range.
Yeah. It makes me feel like a baby. Hello.
See, she's blushing and everything. Oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
I hope you're not planning to start posting immediately.
No, we are friends for now. That's how we just.
Oh, friends with benefits.
No, the benefits.
Bene. What's that?
Benefits. You have benefits now.
So for this one is.
Are you intimate? Please finish my question. Are you intimate with this 27-year-old?
I don't know, but we're not trying to define what we have now. We're just going with the flow. Because right now it makes me happy. Yes.
Something.
Like my vibe matches his vibe, and we're just cool like that.
So I just want to ask, because there's so many myths or maybe misconceptions about dating much younger not much younger in your case, but a younger man. People always talk about their maturity level and how it affects the relationship going forward. Are these things that you're afraid you may have to deal with, or you don't think, or you think the younger the better?
Right now, I just want to be happy.
Okay.
So I am actually going with the flow, because a lot of people be like, oh, when did you break up? Hello, I was raised with love. February 14th, I'm Valentina. So I have so much love in me. I can give out so much love. So why not? When I see something that I like, that matches my vibe. So I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. I'm not even concerned about breakfast or no breakfast, because if it happens,
Let's talk about your figure, because a lot of young girls, they are full-figured like you, and some of them don't have confidence. You exude a lot of confidence and beauty. And a lot of girls, it takes a long time for them, especially when they're plus size. It takes a lot of time to get to where I can speak with confidence. How did you gain your confidence? Is it because you're a celebrity, or how were you able to be yourself, even regardless of your physical appeal?
The thing is, I get that a lot. A lot of people come into my DM and they're like, Nkechi, I want to be like you. You always, you don't care what people say. You just come out and I'm like, because you have to love yourself first before any other person can love you.
Yeah.
So it's all about self-love for me. Like, I am so confident in my body because I've got a very nice shape. When I walk past,
it's easier for you. A lot of people complain because they don't feel they look so good. So they are plus size and they are plus size. They are plus size that, you see the thing behind me now that I'm looking at. So it's easy for you to quickly sort of have that confidence.
I really think it's just really about confidence.
Face. She's got a very pretty face, even though she has body.
Talking about her face.
People buy her backside right now. People pay millions to buy that backside right now. So it's easy for you. How do you advise someone who maybe it's not that easy for? They are struggling with stretch marks.
You know what? Let me now shock you. It's not like I have flat tummy. I have big belly. But I rock it with pride.
That's it.
Because you cannot shame the shameless.
Yes.
You cannot now tell me to not go and do lipo. My enemy will not die because of big belly. I tell anybody that does not like me and my big belly, but you should be going. Because me, I'm not trying to do nothing to change who I am. I'm going to do a little bit of exercise if you think it's too big.
Well done.
But I don't go gym.
But
I just know how to package myself. Now, when I stand, you don't even see the big tummy.
There was something that I don't know, I usually don't follow you, but I don't know, that came to me at the time. You were talking about people who were getting like maybe chin treatments to have a particular chin, and you were mentioning that people were used to make fun of how your own chin looked, and now is the beauty standard to have chin like yours. And so for me, I feel that it's a good opportunity to remind young girls that whatever body it is that you have right now, wear it, as you said, with pride. And one day you will be the standard for other people too.
It's not like I am against all these people that are getting cosmetic surgery because it is their money last. But as for me, yes, now most times, see now, maybe I'm on video. Can you see? Some people be like, oh, you edited your chin. Oh, your chin are so long. Oh, this one, that one. I'm like, I don't have strength doing all of that.
Yeah.
If there's anything I want to enhance in my life, is my bank account. Not, you know, trying to...
You want to be moneyed.
Moneyed.
Let me ask you about friendships. The friends you have, I mean, are you the friendly person that likes to have girlfriends? Or, I mean, how is your friendship life? And how many friends do you have? And do you guys do a lot of girls hanging out? Or you're just one of those people like, you know what, I don't do friends?
Let me drink to that.
Drink and respond.
There's this Igbo song. Onyi mage mege wa onyema. Onyi mage mege wa yo onyema. Onyi mage mege wa onyema. That's why me, I don't do friendships, so I beg.
Why?
Because if friends have taught me a lot in this life that I just have, you know, acquaintances. Maybe we just hang out, maybe when I'm bored.
Give us a few of those lessons.
Life lessons for real. Because it's been a long time. I had this best friend. She's still alive. May God bless her wherever she is. I was her friend. She was not my friend. You know, when you have a friend who you tell everybody, that's my best friend. Meanwhile, she goes around telling
people, your best friend's best friend.
That's it. So she taught me a lot in life. I'm like, you know, nothing like best friend, nothing like Orikoso, just like Yorubas will say. The one that you can't sleep if you don't see, the one that... So I have a male bestie. So I rather have a male friend than having a female friend. Because my secret is somehow safe with my male bestie than these females. Because a lot of them, they just want to know how you're doing it in life so that they can use that against you.
Wow.
As at that time, she knew some things about me. And Instagram was not like this. I was not the Nkechi of today. If you were to be now, it forecast because she was my very close friend. She knew everything about me. I took her everywhere. We did things together. And when we had a little issue, she went on Instagram and wrote and tagged different blogs. But Nkechi was not Nkechi then. So nobody paid attention.
Imagine that.
Just imagine me now. So since then, I created boundaries. You are my friend. I have friends. Of course, I have beautiful girls as my friends. A lot of them. Like my last trip to Dubai, I took 2 of my friends to Dubai. We had fun and all. But there is a limit.
I love that you use that word, creating boundaries.
Yes, you need to create boundaries
for healthy relationships.
So that you have to make room for fights. Because in case we fall out, you don't have anything on me. So everybody just works on their own. You might think you know things about me, but me, I heard things a lot. I won't tell you 100. I might just tell you 30. You think, okay, you know everything. So
Nkechi, are you rich?
I'm just very comfortable.
I'm moneyed.
I'm moneyed.
How are you making your money?
A lot of people don't know. I have a side business. I have children where I sell children toys, bicycle, and all of that. Yeah, that was my mom's business before she passed. She was the one, you know, in charge. So I closed down for a while because I needed to wrap my head around. She's going to be 1 year, 22nd of September that she passed.
Wow.
So yeah,
Same thing, my mom.
Yeah, so I decided to, you know, your mom died September 22nd. Oh, sorry. Are you an orphan? And my daddy has
Yes.
orphan. Share story orphans. So
okay, so you know, I mean, one of the things that I always like to ask people like you is, you know, that thing that moves you, because Nkechi, you're a very controversial person, and I like to know, what's that inner thing? What's that thing when you wake up in the morning, you feel like, you know what, this is what drives me. This is what makes me who I am, because I don't like to judge people based on what the social media says. Because I've met you in the last few 1 hour or so, and I feel she's so different from what I see on television.
Positive vibes.
Like she's so like positive vibes. You know when somebody comes, when you have that negative energy,
yeah, you see,
you know, you just manage negative. It's not a positive vibe. So do you wear on that mask of Nkechi blessing, or is that who you really are?
That's not me. Because the thing is, you know, if I grew up, I decided to have a thick skin. Because if you allow these people know the real you, they are going to really trample on you. They want you to come out on social media crying after they say small thing that will trigger you. Yeah, if you trigger me, I'll give it to you back to back. But if you meet me in real life, I'm just going to be like this. You know, that's not me. That is how the society just wants me to look. And a lot of, you know, bad publicities from blogs that do not like me. And I'm not even trying to tell you that is not who I am. You know what? Just go with the flow. And then when you meet me one-on-one, you choose Instagram or real life. But my personality, real life, is sweet. I'm not even going to say it. You said it yourself, and that is what I want people to know. So you keep judging me from what you hear, what you hear from the blogs, or what you see, but that's not me. That's MDS. This is Nkechi. Because I said something, I posted something on my Insta story that as long as God sees me, what you see me for is not what God sees me as. Then one person said, how do you mean? You don't know my relationship with God. You don't know how I communicate with God. You only see what a stupid blog who is looking for traffic says about me, and then you go with the flow. That's fine.
Yeah. You know, people who are really confident like you and put themselves out, I wonder if there are things that you have done and maybe you have looked back and think, I regret this, or things that you say, okay, I have learned from this and going forward, I'm not doing this way.
If there's anything I regret in life, it's being a public figure. It's hard. Yes, I swear to God, it's hard. And even though I try to manage it, I try to still live my normal life aside from being a public figure. I don't try to, when I'm going out, I wear dark shades so that people will not see me.
They will see you.
Yeah,
if you like wear.
You get, if there's anything I will just go back in time and change is being a public figure.
Yeah.
I just want my space.
Wow.
Your privacy.
I just want to.
Interesting.
Yeah. So what, aside from this acting that you're doing, what other interests do you have? What other things are you looking at doing maybe in the near future? Nkechi will now become somebody else? Or
I'm actually doing business. I'm into real estate.
Okay.
Omoluabi Homes, I partner with. We have so many here in Abeokuta.
Okay.
And aside that, when I open my business back, I'm going back into my business because I hardly even do movies. For the past 2 years, I don't remember, but I just produced one in April. That's Mata Omoluabi. Should be coming out soon. I don't know where. I don't tire because our job is stressful.
Yeah.
You see a lot of people working. They are not even taking care of themselves. You just want to put all your energy into work.
How many tattoos do you have?
2. This and this.
Just 2?
Does it mean anything?
This one a tribal star. Let me open it. You want
I
to
actually
see?
thought you had like more than 2.
No, I don't.
I was shocked.
I don't. Just this one
2.
and this one.
Oh,
That's it.
nice.
Thank you.
Good. I mean, when they told me that you were not interested in doing your makeup, you just wanted to just come on set, I'm thinking, that's refreshing. That's new.
Most people,
like the fact that
I don't like makeup all that.
Neither do I.
Neither do we.
Only when I'm going for like events, parties, and all of that. Since it's early morning interview, putting makeup on.
Nice. So, aside from the movie, what movie are you working? Let us tell.
I think I'm going to be doing 2 Yoruba movies by the end of October. Yeah, I'll just do 2 to wrap up the year, and then I am working on the project. When I leave here now, I'm going to set. I'm going to Aja.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Do you really make money from these movies?
Yes, I have started making money from English movies, but not like when I was doing Yoruba movies. Now this is the problem, because that's why they call me, I talk too much. Because
Tell us.
This was, don't let me talk, I'm going to mess it. Okay, now, a lot of people say there's no money in movie. There's a lot of money where you decide to channel your energy. Like the last movie I did in Asaba, I did 3 movies. And those 3 movies were 1.5 million naira, 500,000 naira a movie. Now, yes, that's how much they pay in Asaba. I see people say, when Asaba actress buys house, buys car, they'll be like, is it not just Asaba movie? Hello? Those people are cashing out in the East. Seriously. When I'm going back to the East now, okay, like 4 producers are already asking me when am I coming back. 3 from each movie. Now 1 naira, now they turn to 1 million.
Yes, now.
You get
you gather it.
That's how that has been my life. If I want to buy a car now, I have to save towards it. I not get Godfather one place. I not get Sugar Daddy anywhere. So the thorough cover what I get, I'll gather it together.
Do you want to get?
I want to. I don't mind.
Anyway, we have a few.
It doesn't matter.
You can do more. You can.
No, please. I am very, very single and searching.
Listen, I want to be sure my question is answered. Are you telling me that you can do multiple at a time?
Multiple what?
Multiple men. You can date multiple men at a time.
So we pay, Ellie.
Are you saying that you have the capacity to date multiple men at a time?
She's not actually. They no comment.
No, what I'm saying is, I just told you I have a relationship that is an open relationship for now. Not like
so he goes out, you go out.
No, we don't go out. Hey, I think I receive this video from my phone. No.
Okay.
But Abba, this destiny helper that we used to talk about, God did not come down helping now. Somebody might be watching me and I'm like, oh my God, I like how she talks. Okay, let me help her.
Let me be her helper.
My helper.
Okay, we have a few comments here, and I think it's just good so that you will, respond to it. Some people are saying that for them, they felt that it was quite childish to talk about your relationship on social media, and that's one of the things I wanted to find out. Is this something you regret doing or going forward? And then someone says that they're not sure about being a mother or not being a mother because now you have confirmed or confirmed that you were not married. So could you tell your fans?
My son is 3. My relationship is 1, so it's not even an issue.
Not the 1 year.
No, it's not. Then me coming, like I used to say when Annie and Two-Face had their issues, I remember writing something that, who swear for people, they always they bring out their issues for. That was something I regretted doing. And I tried to, avoid such situation. Now, I wanted to say something before I was cut short. If you asked about if we've tried sorting out stuff
behind scenes.
Do you know, amidst all these issues, this man never spoke to me outside social media.
Wow.
Yes. He never even reached out on maybe WhatsApp or anywhere. Then the next thing I saw was him saying nobody should call me Nkechi's husband, though. Relationship is over. Till today. Then when he came out to apologize and I said, apology accepted, access denied. He came back again with the second one.
On social media.
He still did not come. Look for means. He has means to reach me.
Yeah.
He still did not. So basically, all his life is based on social media. I'm sure he's enjoying the attention.
So was that the reason? Do you think it was the reason he
came
got
for you?
He got in
A lot
touch
of
with
people
you?
kept saying, even though he said that it was not, but to me, at some point, I started thinking it was because of, Nkechi. Then I sat down, I told myself the truth. What people don't do to themselves these days is telling themselves the truth. I said, okay, God forbid, what if Nkechi is no longer the Nkechi of today? So marriage go end. So that was why I
have
just
to
left.
stop it there. Thank you so much, Nkechi. It was
For
a pleasure
gisting us.
pleasure having you on
We
the
like
show.
you.
Thank you.
And I have other personal questions, but I'll wait till after the show.
More personal than the one you have had.
More personal. Have a lovely day, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.